Well, hello everybody. Welcome back to OTC Fish Keeper. And before we get started today, I'd like everybody out there who hasn't already hit subscribe to hit that subscribe button. We're real close to breaking 200 subscribers now. We only need 5 more and we got it. And I'd like to break that number before Thanksgiving. Last year I had 100 on Thanksgiving Day, and I'd like to break 200 before Thanksgiving this year. So let's go on forward with the fish tanks now. A couple of people have mentioned to me that I've been kind of ignoring the easy fish tank. I've been paying attention to the Oscar tank and all the goldfish tank and everything that requires a little extra work, and I've been kind of ignoring the easy tank, the Angelfish tank. And this tank has been really easy for me. It's very low maintenance. Everybody mostly behaves. Angelfish fight a little bit, but I've created some good places for everybody to hide from each other, so there's somewhere to go for whoever's losing a fight. And I've made a few changes over time, and I haven't really mentioned them, so I thought I'd mention them all today and get it all together. So let's take a look at the Angelfish tank. Okay, now this was actually the very first tank I officially set up in the fish room. And we started with just 3 angelfish that were given to me with an aquarium. And I also had 1 of the white skirt tetras. And since then we've been given 3 more angelfish, as well as a blue gourami and some black skirt tetras. And I added to that 1 white skirt tetra, I bought 6 more, give us a nice school of 7. And since the black skirt hangs out with them, it's a school technically of 8. Originally, all I had in the tank for cover was these 2 plastic plants down here at the end. And I put those in there, you know, to break it up a little bit for the fish, so they wouldn't fight with each other, or if they did, they could hide. But also I knew that angelfish like this shape of a leaf to lay eggs on. So, you know, of course I was hoping. And I did get 2 batches of eggs. I only managed to hatch 2 babies, and then they disappeared on me whenever they became free swimming, and I've never seen them again since. Then I added this neat looking log because where the angelfish come from, they live in a habitat very similar to this. You know, there's a lot of roots sticking out, a lot of detritus, and it looks really cool. It took a while before they got used to it, but now they like it quite a bit. And you can see the white skirt tetras swimming around it right now. They look pretty cool. I really love the way they school. They just school such a neat manner. And I threw this stuff in there at one point just to give them a little bit more cover, because it looked like they were fighting a little bit as the baby angelfish and everybody matured. Plus I had the 2 silver dollars in here, and they also came with 3 of the angelfish. And the silver dollars were being picked on, and it took a while to figure out exactly who was picking on them. And even now I'm not 100% sure. I am sure though that they were picking on each other. But whenever I separated them from each other, somebody in this tank was still picking on the one that I left in there. So I assume it was white skirt tetras, although I've listened to people's opinions, and pretty much every fish is suspect. So I don't even know for sure who's the culprit, but I've got the silver dollars in a separate tank right now, and later on I'm going to make a nice school of them. You see the angelfish have all matured. They look just fantastic. Huge flowing fins. Whoever was picking on the silver dollar fish does not pick on the angelfish. Oh yeah, and there's the baby right there. You see she's all grown up, or he, I think it's a she. Looking fantastic. I made a bump, now they think I'm going to feed them. The angelfish are really a surprise to me. I didn't think I'd like them that much, but I actually think they're really cool. They're very personable. They know the difference between me and my friends. They know who feeds them, and they're really neat to have around. They're not afraid of you. If I put my hand in the water to give them, say, a piece of shrimp that I'm smashing up in my fingers, they will happily come take it right out of my fingers. They don't wait around. And this blue gourami, this guy is just as tough as nails. I thought he was really old when I got him, and I thought, well, this guy, you know, the shock of being moved around and everything is going to do him in. But shoot, it's been a year now, and he's still, in fact, he looks more spry than he did when I got him. He's looking really happy. Right now he's got his fins in a little bit, but overall he's moving around the tank really good. Got the white skirts. I love them schooling up. And this tank is like extremely low maintenance for me. I mean, I gotta clean out the filter every few weeks and, of course do my water changes, but man, it just does not get dirty. These guys all behave really nicely, so I'm really happy about all that. Okay, and here's one of the silver dollar fish. I've quarantined him over here by himself because he had absolutely no fins left, no tail left, and put him over here to grow it back. And he's kind of hiding in the dark a little bit, but you can kind of see that tail has grown back completely. Looks really good. Boy, that's a terrible video. And the other silver dollar is in the next tank, separate as well. His tail had grown back, and then I put the other silver dollar in there with him, and there's a couple bites out of it, but now it's not growing back, and I think he might actually have some fin and tail rot, so I'm going to go ahead and treat him for that because it won't hurt him to get treated. And they're not very happy being separated. They're schooling fish. What I'm going to do is I'm going to create a school of about 7 of these guys, and then I'm going to put them in the current Oscar tank after I take the Oscars out, put them upstairs. So then they'll have a nice size school, a nice size tank, and hopefully with the larger numbers they don't pick on each other so much. I've heard that with white skirt tetras, for example, if you have a school of 5 or more, they don't tend to nip fins nearly as much as if there's only 2 of them in there. Although I had 2 of them, and they didn't nip each other's fins. They behaved, but they were in the goldfish tank and they were kind of constantly running for their lives. At least they thought it was for their lives. The goldfish wouldn't eat the white skirt tetras. They were just too big. Okay, so there's the Angelfish tank, such that it is probably the easiest maintenance tank I have in the fish room right now, and also I think one of the prettiest. I really think this tank's just beautiful. Water always stays clear for me. The fish always come up whenever I call. Really nice tank. Love the white skirt tetras schooling together. That's really cool. So why don't you guys tell me what you think? Like this tank? Should I put some of my corridor cats in there? Because that's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking put some Corys in there. Because for whenever I get a chance, I'm going to have to move that tank from upstairs down in the fish room now that I got the electric hooked up. And I also have a hose faucet inside the room, so I don't have to open the garage door every time I want to add water to one of the tanks. So now I can finally put the room together the rest of the way. It's going to be awesome. So next time, you guys keep having fun. Hit that subscribe button. Only 5 to go. Come on, let's get that 200 number. And I will see you then.